All right. You know what time it is. It's time for the Morning Buzz with Michael DePinto and Bria. How are you, Bria?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
I'm feeling pretty chipper. I'm feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a good morning. It's going to be a good day. And one of the reasons is we're still in the 50s.
Yes.
I know.
I am
Warm
excited.
weather all
I'm
over the
tired
place.
of the
cold. And it actually looks good this week. We will have that later.
Yeah.
But today, we have some interesting news. We have Sandy relief funds are being investigated, so some more trouble for Christie. Bieber's in trouble again. No news there. This day in history, as always, we have some Golden Globe winners we'll discuss, celebrity birthdays, see whose special day it is, and like I said, we'll get to the weather later, but let's talk about Christie. Just days after dismissing two top advisors for their roles in the George Washington Bridgegate scandal, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is facing questions over the use of Superstorm Sandy release funds. We've learned that federal officials are investigating whether Christie improperly used those relief funds to produce tourism ads that starred him and his family. I know I have seen a few of those when they aired. The news couldn't come at a worse time for the scandal-plagued Republican who was facing two probes into whether his staff tied up traffic near the country's busiest bridge to punish a Democratic mayor who refused to endorse his successful re-election bid. If the Sandy inquiry finds any wrongdoing, it could prove even more damaging to Christie's national ambitions. His performance during and after the superstorm has been widely praised and is a fundamental part of his straight-shooting political brand. In the new probe, federal auditors will examine New Jersey's use of $25 million in Sandy relief funds for a marketing campaign to promote tourism at the New Jersey shore after Sandy decimated the state's coastline in late 2012. New Jersey Democrat Republican Frank Pallone told CNN. So this is, the headache grows worse for New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. This is certainly something he does not need on his plate. And I don't want folks thinking that this is just being investigated now because of the scandal. It's absolutely not. This investigation was actually started back in August. So, I don't want to think we're just kicking someone when we're down. This is an absolutely legitimate investigation. Like I said, Pallone has reasonable cause to look, and there will be an official report out within a few months. Christie will be audited, and I'm telling you, if they find anything, this could be the final blow to Christie's political career, so we just have to wait on that one.
I'm not surprised. I kind of got a bad vibe when Corzine left.
Right.
So, I could tell, the type of person he was and stuff and how he presented himself, So, I'm not shocked. I'm not upset,
Well, to be honest, I'm pissed.
Why?
Because Christie, this is ruining our state's name.
Oh, yeah, that too, because people think just because we're automatically from Jersey, oh my God, Christie.
And I want to talk to the folks out there. We're not all crooks. I guarantee you that The Sopranos is absolutely fiction.
Yeah.
Trust me. And we are not all like that.
Yeah.
We do have one bad apple, though, in the political spotlight. So, of course, we're getting the bad rap. But I'm kind of pissed at Christie. I certainly don't appreciate that.
It hasn't helped our image at all.
No.
Jon Stewart really, although he comes from Jersey and lives in Jersey, Jon Stewart, who has this kind of news comedy show he really ripped New Jersey as it's the home of corruption and incompetence, and it really doesn't bode well for us.
No, it certainly does not. And we are earning this reputation, know. So we have to see where it goes.
Well, the real issue here is not whether Christie knows or not. It's what was done to obstruct the truth. And even if his high-level cabinets held the truth from him, which I'm going to take him at his word, and until things are proven otherwise, that's still a grievous fault. And, it's just is a real fiasco right now.
I just still trying to have a hard time swallowing the fact that he had no idea. He's coming out. I've never seen wide-eyed Christie. I mean,
he's Yeah.
He should get a Golden Globe himself for
Well.
the performance he gave the other day, 2
Well.
hours long.
Well,
My
well,
gosh, it could have been a movie.
Yeah. Well, they took it lightly. He even took it lightly. Made a joke of the cones at one time back, I think, in September or October.
Hysterical.
But everything's come to bite him right now.
Oh, it
it's
sure is.
It's really bitten him big time.
Well, and actually, the State of the State address is on Tuesday.
Right.
So that should be very interesting. I'm certainly tuning into that. I want to see what he has to say.
Right, right.
You know, it's always it's entertaining. It really is entertaining. I love this kind of stuff. If you're into politics, this is heaven for you. You know what this is. This is great.
But if you're into New Jersey, it's not.
No.
It really, the state has a bad enough image
We do
around the
have-
nation as
getting
it
a bad
is.
rep.
We don't need this.
We are getting a bad rap.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber's in trouble again. I don't like this kid. I thought he was
either.
bad news from the
But
beginning.
apparently
What'd he do?
he's on my screen. So
What'd he do?
the 19-year-old singer is named in a misdemeanor vandalism and assault crime report taken by the investigators. LA County Sheriff spokesman Steve Whitmore told the Associated Press. Whitmore said neighbors videotaped the incident. Apparently he egged someone's home in Calabasas neighborhood.
Oh,
So.
boy. Oh, my goodness. The kid egged a home.
Yeah.
He's not. How old is he now, Justin Bieber?
19.
He's 19. He's not
Going
even.
on 11.
Yeah, I mean he's.
He
he's
has
an
no
adult.
sense whatsoever, and it's a shame. It's
He's
such
spoiled
a shame.
rotten.
Such
know?
a shame.
But he. I don't know what the offense was. You said was it a misdemeanor?
yeah.
Oh, jeez. You see, the problem is he's never been punished. He doesn't know any other way. We spoke about this topic before. This whole affluenza kind of mindset that the more affluent you are, the more you get away with, and it seems to be quite evident with folks like Justin Bieber. Certainly not a good thing.
Also, it carries all the way into society. Michael.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
it's-
the more affluent get off lightly on some things that the poor people would go to jail for.
Yeah,
So it just it's an inequality.
yeah, it is. Certainly is. This day in history. Here's a fun one if you're into sports. Michael Jordan on January 13th announced his retirement for the second time in 1999. Although he would unretire again in 2001.
Okay.
So he only took a.
I think he plays for the Wizards or something, Washington, yeah?
Yes,
Right,
yes. And in 1941, novelist James Joyce passed away. So,
19 what year?
1941,
Okay.
yes. So, Golden Globes last night. A lot of winners.
Lots of
Taking home the
winners.
Best Picture, we have 12 Years a Slave. I don't know, anyone see it? No?
I
All
did.
right. Did you see it?
I saw it.
How was it?
I liked it.
Yeah,
It's very gruesome, but
Very
it was a
gruesome.
good movie, really good movie. And sometimes these are precursors to the Oscars. So
Yes.
a lot of times the winners in the Golden Globe wind up winning an Oscar too. So.
Right. Just less politics. But runners-up, we had Captain Phillips, Gravity, which, we got a lot of hype, Rush. So those are pretty cool. Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, American Hustle. Anyone see it?
I want to. I did not.
I did not get to see
didn't
that
know.
either. Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, we have Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club. I didn't get to see that
I didn't
one
get
either.
to see that either.
Jeez, I missed out on a lot here this year.
Yeah.
But we have Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. We have Leonardo DiCaprio for Wolf of Wall Street.
I heard that's really good. It's a lot of cursing.
See, yeah, it has the record.
It's a lot of drugs and
Yeah.
See,
bunch
I
of
just
stuff.
heard
Directed
another,
by Scorsese.
yes, and I heard it was Scorsese's love affair, with DiCaprio, because he tends to really like DiCaprio.
Well, he seems to have these love affairs with actors or
Yeah.
whatever. Like De Niro was his boy for the
Yeah, De
longest
Niro.
time, and now it's DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Robbie Robertson with he liked him a lot. So
I actually, from a personal friend, I heard another review of Wolf of Wall Street. I heard it was very good this weekend.
Yeah.
So I heard it was a lot of drugs, though. Lots of drugs.
I heard it was good, but it's a disturbing movie, and if you don't like cursing, I wouldn't go
Yes.
see it. But
But
it's Scorsese's one of the best directors that ever lived. So
Yes,
you know.
yes, yes. I also heard, and I've heard this a few times. I heard it again this weekend, that the movie is all too familiar, like we've seen it before. We have, like other mob movies, things like that.
Yeah.
We have best performance by an actor in a supporting role in a motion picture. Jared Leto. He
Right.
won for Dallas Buyers Club, which I did not get the opportunity to see. Let's get to some of the actresses. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in a motion picture. Jennifer Lawrence
Right.
won for American Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Best director, Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity. That did very well. I actually want to skip to some of the TV shows. And before I skip there, best animated film. Can we all guess what it was?
Frozen.
Absolutely, Frozen. I didn't get to see it, but I'm hearing all of this type, and it's coming pretty unanimously.
I think it's just because it's a new princess film,
You think so?
and a lot of like young girls want to go and see it. It's something different. It's an ice princess, so
But
I mean,
here's the thing: it has a top hit on iTunes. I mean,
it's a good soundtrack. Actually, like it pops up everywhere, like
Yeah.
on my computer.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of famous people who did songs for that movie for the soundtrack.
Yes,
so.
yes. And like I said last show, I heard it could be one of the best Disney films ever made. I really have to go see it. I don't know if it's still in theaters. I believe it is.
It is.
Yes.
I think it is.
I believe it is. Best television series, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Which I see that. Definitely see that.
I've never really watched that. Have you?
I watched
never
the
seen
first
it.
season.
Me too.
Yeah,
I didn't get into it, which I meant people will.
I like the
shun me.
storyline though, like what it's about. I think it's interesting, and this is why people pay attention to it because
You think so?
it's very. I think
It's
a
all
good-
drugs.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the show's, premiered in 2008. I feel like it got the most hype this past year. I just started I knew about the show for a while, but I didn't hear about all this hype until this past year. I feel like everyone just kind of binged and watched the whole thing. That could be due to the influx of users of Netflix. We have a significant larger amount of Netflix users this year, so there could be more viewing.
It's funny you say that, Michael, because that is exactly my situation.
Really?
I watched all 4 seasons on Netflix.
Awesome.
There you
Wow.
go.
A couple of weeks, and then I had to wait for the final season.
Right. So I think that's exactly what it is. It's just the show's been around. It's just not as many people have been using Netflix. But runners up for the best television series were Downtown Abbey, The Good Wife, Masters of Sex, and my favorite, I think it should have won, House of Cards. I am obsessed with this show. I love the show. I think Kevin Spacey does a wonderful job, but he always does. We love Kevin Spacey. And I'm really looking forward to season 2 of House of Cards. It comes out on Valentine's Day, February 14th, so be sure to go on Netflix there and just binge all you want. Sit down, watch them however you want. Best television series, musical comedy, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't know if anyone watches that. Best miniseries or motion picture made for television, Behind the Candelabra.
I heard of that. It's my mom watches it. I heard it's really good.
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah.
I thought Damon and Douglas did wonderful jobs, and it's amazing because it is about Liberace, who was a gay man, but both of these men are straight actors, but they play gay actors, and they do really a superb job. Just some of the things they do in the film, which are not appropriate for air, but the way they do it, they have to cross boundaries, and the way they did it, it was classy, it was tasteful, it was well done, and I think bravo on their parts. But that's really sums up the Golden Globes.
I think I was looking at the pictures of the dresses that the ladies have on. I thought it was a beautiful,
Really?
They had nice dresses.
Beautiful
on.
dresses. Oh, they always have those beautiful dresses.
Do you think the Golden Globe is now getting
As
more
big-
prestigious as it goes on?
That's what it seems to be, especially this year. It's gotten a lot of media attention. You used to see Golden Globe winners, and it never was that big a deal. When you bought a DVD, on the cover it said one winner of a certain amount of Golden Globes. You never held that to the same esteem as, an Oscar. But
Right.
it certainly is making a name for itself, and I think we will continue to see that.
I think, it's become very significant. I don't think it's gotten to the Oscar
Right.
standard yet, but
Right.
it is significant, and
Right.
it's gaining in prestige every year.
It's certainly fun to watch. We had awards like the People's Choice Awards, which I believe were last week.
Right.
Other awards besides the Oscars are gaining all of this public attention, and celebrities certainly seem to like them because, like I said earlier, the politics involved is less. There's less politics involved. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will see the popularity of them increase. Celebrity birthdays. Whose special day is it today?
Well, January 13th, we have Liam Hemsworth,
Hmm.
Orlando Bloom,
Ooh.
Patrick Dempsey, Trace Adkins, Julia Dreyfus,
Okay.
Bay Murchoff, Christopher Boykin, and Nicole Eggert. So happy birthday to those celebrities.
Who's your favorite on that list? Just go. Do you know Orlando Bloom?
Wasn't he in Pirates of the Caribbean?
He certainly was in Lord of the Rings. He was Legolas.
That's awesome. I like Patrick Dempsey.
Do you?
He was in one of, I think he was in this princess movie. I can't put my finger. He was in this princess movie, like Rapunzel or some fairy tale princess movie.
Was it animated or no?
It was animated and it was like real.
Was it Enchanted?
I think so.
It might be Enchanted. Let's get on
What's
that.
her face was in there?
Because I know that was animated and live action. So that could be. Is that it? I'm checking it right now. Yes,
And
it
he
is.
had
He
a
played
daughter.
Robert Phillips.
Yeah.
Amy Adams was also in it.
Yeah. There
Yes,
we go.
yes. I thought it was Enchanted. Yeah, it's a cute movie. That's actually one of my mom's favorite movies. So
Aw.
yeah, it's nice. So we have good news this week. I see pretty mild temperatures. I like it. I like it a lot. Today, we're going to tune into our weather center, and I'm meteorologist Michael DePinto.
Oh goodness.
It is going to high will be 52 degrees today. How do you like that? It is currently 44, so certainly very different than what we saw last week. And yesterday it was warm. It was 56 degrees yesterday. I mean, Saturday was very warm. It was even warmer on Saturday.
Yeah, but it
almost
really
60.
came down, the rain. I don't know about you. But
Oh, my goodness.
For a couple hours there, it was intense.
I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking, thank goodness that this is rain and not snow. Because if it was just colder, that would have been a nightmare.
I
That
heard
would've
it
been a
really
big
came
storm.
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was, but it came down in sheets because it would just stop. It was not consistent rain. I would walk outside and you
Yeah.
would think it wasn't even raining at all. It was very interesting.
It was a lot of rain cells, I guess, around, but for a good hour there, it was.
Yeah.
I would imagine 2 inches fell within
yes,
an hour.
absolutely.
It
We had
really
flood
was
watches
coming
and
down.
everything.
Wow.
But today is going to be dry. We only have a 10% chance of precipitation,
Right.
which is nice. Get outside today, 52 degrees, mid-January. You can't beat it. You really can't. Tomorrow, on the other hand,
It looks like it's gonna rain.
no, not tonight. Oh, tomorrow it's going to rain.
Tomorrow.
Right,
Tomorrow's rain.
We have a
Yeah.
70% chance of rain, which is a good chance.
Okay.
48 degrees. Wednesday, 44 degrees. So we are seeing those temperatures drop, incrementally. 40% chance on Wednesday. Thursday, 39 degrees with a 30% chance of rain.
Right.
But then on Friday, back up. We're going up to 43 degrees. Saturday it looks sunny, but a little more chilly, 35. And then Sunday we're getting back down to the normal January temperatures, 28 degrees, partly cloudy. We got some wind. But keep an eye on Thursday, because if we do see any precipitation, it might come in the form of snow, because the low is 32 degrees. So we just got to watch that. I don't think it'll be a big deal, but if anything happens,
Well,
we'll
we'll
be the
certainly
first.
take this weather over last week, right?
Certainly. I'm telling you, last week was record-breaking.
Yeah.
It was
I,
really
I
ridiculous.
think last week at this time it was like somewhere around 60 degrees on Monday.
Yeah.
And by
Yeah.
Tuesday it was around 0, you know.
Yep.
So unprecedented drop in temperature.
Absolutely. I've never seen that. That was something.
That's crazy.
So, Bria, what are you doing this week? Here we are at the peak of a new week. We're looking down. What do you have planned? Anything?
School.
School. We have a long
College.
weekend though coming up, right?
Yeah.
For Dr. Martin Luther King's his birthday.
Right.
When is it? I forgot his birthday. January something. I know we have a day off next week, right?
Yes, we do.
Michael, let's talk a little about sports.
Sports.
Big weekend,
Oh,
NFL.
yes. NFL.
Patriots are in. Broncos
Absolutely.
are in.
Broncos are
San Francisco 49ers are in. And the
Yep.
Seattle Seahawks are in.
Oh
Yep.
wait, didn't pick yet.
Excuse
What?
me?
Didn't pick who's gonna play.
Well, I
Super
think it's
Bowl?
Broncos against Seahawks.
You
I
think
think
so?
those are the two best teams, but it could be any one of those four. I think those were the four best teams, and they're in. Should be a very interesting weekend next weekend. The Knicks have been playing better. They beat Miami Heat
Yes.
on Thursday night, and then on Tuesday night, and then on Thursday night, I believe they beat the Sixers.
Yes.
And so they're playing better. The Nets are playing better.
Nets are playing great.
And so
Miami's
looks
losing.
fairly interesting sports-wise. A-Rod, of
A-Rod.
course. Let's talk about A-Rod.
Let's talk about A-Rod.
Got a big 162 suspension. That means the whole year he's
The
out.
whole year.
And
At the age of 40, that's huge.
yeah, so whether he ever plays for the Yankees again or whether he ever plays again is really up in the air.
That's-
He said he's going to come to spring training. That's ridiculous to me, but he wants to come to spring training. And in the paper today, there's all kinds of other stuff coming out about his drug use and all that stuff.
See,
so
he told. I was reading that he was going to appeal federal court. He was
Right.
going to bring it to federal court
Right,
because he says not. Besides the one drug test that was done in the early 2000s,
he's never been proven.
it's
yeah.
never been proven that he was just arbitrarily suspended by an independent arbitrator, and he thinks it's unfair and it
Right.
fractured justice, all of that
All that
good
stuff. yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
So-
it does leave a hole for the Yankees at third base. Who's going to play third?
Well, I think I read they're going to get somebody I never heard of, but they're after somebody to play third base. But,
There's a guy who plays for Baltimore. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
long his contract is. He's a rookie. He
Mhm.
up for Rookie of the Year last year. His name's Manny Machado. Excellent player. He has star power.
Yeah.
All-around great player. I think he could definitely, if we can get our hands on him, fill the hole at third base. I'm still looking for a second baseman. We have this guy Brian Roberts, who's not great. So I'm really looking at a trade to get Brandon Phillips from the Cincinnati Reds. I'd like to get rid of Gardner. and do
they
that.
don't want to get rid of Gardner. They were offered that trade.
I know, and I'm
And
not
they
sure
turned
why
it
they
down.
didn't take it. They have more outfielders than
I
Carter
don't know.
has little pills. How do you like
They,
that?
Phillips has a disturbing tendency. It looks like a trend that every year his numbers are going down
On a decline,
for the last
huh?
3 years.
Hey,
so.
I think he bat 260 something last
Yeah,
year. But I
so-
mean, defensively, he's always been a Gold Glove winner.
Mhm.
We just got to see what the Yankees do. They certainly have enough outfielders. They
Yeah.
have Wells.
They got rid of
Soriano.
Wells.
They got rid of Wells?
Yep.
I thought they just designated him down for an assignment in down in
Maybe,
like
but
AAA.
he's not in with the Yankees anymore. He's not in on the major league team.
Oh no, but I
I don't
think he's
know
still
what they
with the
did with him.
organization.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And that's a great loss, though. But we still have Soriano,
Yeah.
Ichiro, Beltran, Ellsbury, Gardner. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But we did get McCann, which I'm happy about.
yeah. You've got a top-rate catcher there,
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Still
Oop,
some
there's the
question marks.
Beatles. But what do you call it? You're not missing much with losing A-Rod because he's a shadow of what he used to be.
He is a
so
shadow.
you're not. I mean,
I'll tell you what, though. Even he wasn't here long last year, but he did come back and he did help out. I mean,
Yeah.
he did help out the organization. He's relatively consistent. Obviously, he had, I believe it was 2007. He had that monster
Yeah.
year, which is where he got the contract,
Yeah.
the highest paid player in any sport,
Right.
which was ridiculous. But he has been relatively consistent. But you don't know. There's always that shadow of doubt. Is that talent or is that drugs? Are those drugs that are contributing to
it's
that?
pretty obvious it was both.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty obvious now. It was both. He was he wanted to hit the first person to hit 800 home runs, as what it said in the paper today, with that guy Bosch, who was the head of biogenesis.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, all these. See, that's the problem. These players probably would all been Hall of Famers. Bonds, Clemens, Sosa,
Absolutely.
him. They're all Hall of Famers, but now they'll never get in.
Right.
And then now their records and even the whole career is tainted.
Tarnished,
you know.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
it's just a shame. But
It is a
I also blame baseball. I blame
baseball.
Bud Selig.
Yeah.
Bud Selig looked the other way for so long because it was, it was bringing in the fans. This is what the fans wanted to see: high offensive numbers. They loved it, so they really didn't do their part either. So there's a lot of blame to go around here.
And the worst thing, for me as a huge baseball fan, it's you see a great young player, but then there's that doubt in the back of your head. Is he going to get busted? Is Miguel Cabrera juicing right now? Are these great players juicing? And while there's no evidence out there, there's always that doubt. And for me, that ruined a good part of the game. That feeling as you can never be sure. You're always on edge.
Well, look at Mike Piazza from the Mets.
Yeah, look at Piazza.
Best offensive catcher maybe ever. But he's implicated, and he's not getting into the Hall of Fame. At least this year, he didn't get. And his offensive numbers are off the charts. He should be in, but he's just part of the whole scene there.
And the problem is, a lot of these guys end up lying about the whole thing.
Oh, like Rafael Palmeiro.
Yeah.
I
mean, look at Clemens.
Yeah.
Totally ruined his reputation. But look at a guy like Pettit, who also tested positive but came absolutely clean. Yeah. And while it's not forgotten, it's certainly not brought up like Clemens.
No.
So, I mean, half the battle is lying about it, which A-Rod did.
Obviously, yeah.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for today. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to WHIT Radio's The Morning Buzz. I was your host, Michael. I was joined by Bria and Mr. P. It's been a great one. We will see you this week.
Bye.
Take care.
Ay, ay, ay.